Keith, he says he's a 33-year-old virgin because of former religious beliefs. How do I get started dating? Keith, can you hear us okay?
I can.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing well enough, I suppose. You guys?
Great.
I'm good.
What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I mean, I grew up very religious. In high school, I dated a couple of girls, sort of, as in, like, we were high school relationships, like, inside the high school pretty much, and not much else. And I just assumed that they had all the same standards that I did, and it led to a lot of misunderstandings that I didn't realize at the time. And now I don't really have any understanding of, like, what are relationship boundaries? How do I go about meeting people without freaking them out? I mean, I just don't have any of the experience and knowledge that that most people got from the trial and error when they were younger.
Sure.
And yeah.
Well, I definitely hear where you're coming from, Keith. I was one of those folks who kissed dating goodbye in junior high and high school because of religious beliefs, and found myself trying to date for the first time, really, as a polyamorous queer guy at the age of like 26, and it was definitely a pretty scary, pretty daunting thing. Like, how do you online date? Like, how do you get into it? How do you express yourself? And I, perhaps speaking more for myself than anybody else, I think the way you do it is by doing it poorly and then doing it hopefully a little bit less poorly. First you suck big, then you suck little, and then you succeed little, and then you succeed big, which is not to make dating out to be some sort of competition, but it's okay to embarrass yourself. It's okay to be a little bit awkward or to kind of struggle sometimes with how to say the right thing. I don't know. Am I off base, or is this resonating for y'all?
No, that's 100%. I found the love of my life 9 years ago. And it was I have Asperger's. Like, there is no you get better at it for me. There's just levels of awkward. And I just saw this gorgeous creature appear before me. And I always feel like texting her to come up here to confirm this story. I annoyed her into dating me. She was ignoring me. She had a laptop and she kept picking up, and we're with friends, but like we didn't know each other. We're with mutuals, and she's just in her laptop plinking away. And I kept going, hi. And then she'd lift her eyes up and then go back down. She's playing World of Warcraft. Rinse and repeat. I kept saying hi. And I was like, you're going to put that computer down and talk to me. I know you are. And finally she did it. It took like an hour and a half, but she finally did it. And it turns out the reason why I don't necessarily suggest this for everybody. This is so freaking awful. But she was like, I was really into you, but I'm really shy. And it's because she grew up Mormon, and she was like, she didn't know how to date either. She didn't know how to approach anybody. And I don't know, I just got this vibe that like she dug me and she liked me. So I annoyed her until she did. I don't suggest that to literally anybody else. But it just goes to show you that like I wanted to shoot my shot. I wanted to try. So you kind of have to like, I don't know. I have this view on everything. It comes to business, it comes to life, it comes to everything. I expect the worst because I've had a terrible life. Like, if I were to write an autobiography, I would have to write it as fiction because I'm not even try and make people believe this shit happened, even with receipts for most of it. But I basically believe everything's going to go terrible. And so I'm always surprised. I'm never sad. I'm always surprised that something worked. So if you take that view on it, you're not going to be upset that like you embarrassed yourself. You're gonna be like, that turned out how I thought it would be. And then finally, when you get your yes, when you get the person that wants to date you and they like you and they want to hang out with you for more than 5 minutes, which for me, rare. But when you find those people, you're gonna be like, yay, I found my people. Oh my God, this is fucking great. So yeah, just have no expectations on anything. That's terrible. Terrible. But I should not be a counselor.
Oh gosh.
No, well, I think it's an important point, though, that you don't want to put too much pressure on a first date. I think so often people go into whether it's a first date or a third or a fifth with ideas of like the long term, and if this doesn't work, then I'm unlovable, and if this relationship isn't going well, then no relationship will go well, and I never want to encourage people to think of other human beings as disposable. But especially in an era of online dating, you have plenty of opportunities to meet new folks, to try again, to, put on a little bit of a different outfit, to use a slightly different joke. There are tons of people that would be interested in giving you a shot. And I hope that when you feel comfortable, when you have the energy for it, when you've got the spoons for it, that you're willing to be brave and to, give that a try.
I mean, there was somebody who was in a similar predicament as me that seemed interested at one point, probably still is, but I embarrassed myself so badly, I can't even text her anymore. And it's just like, how do I get past failures like that to even move on and talk to anybody else?
Oh, I got this. Oh, I've got this. Throw me in, coach. Not dead serious. Text her right now, or them, or he text this person right now and just say, hi, I'm fucking awkward. And if things went bad before, just know I'm awkward. I almost introduced myself as awkward because of my Asperger's. And I can't tell you how many times that just makes people go, oh, okay, got you. You're weird. That's good to know. Like, once you get that out of the way, like once you stop trying to pretend, I think the problem with most people is they try to pretend to be normal. I just lead with the strangest things about me. And then that just makes people accept when I do weird stuff. So like sometimes I'll offend people because I won't think, because again, Asperger's, and once I tell people I have Asperger's, I'm awkward, they go, oh, hey, you might not want to say that to other people. I get you, because I think like you didn't mean that way. And then they see it wash over my face as I'm like, shit, well, yeah, that shouldn't have come out that way. So like it goes from, oh, she's an asshole to this person has no idea that they're offending the whole room. So yeah, no, just text them and say, I'm awkward. I promise you it fixes everything. Most things.
Well, and let me definitely point you towards the episode that we did with Grace Wood a couple of weeks ago on online dating during this wild time. I mean, the way folks meet, the way folks get to know each other right now is a little bit different. And so it might be worthwhile to kind of bone up on what some useful strategies and some ways to even just take care of yourself during this process might look like.
I didn't catch that episode. I'll definitely go back and check it out.
Yeah, well, I definitely hope that helps.
If I can throw in one piece of advice, and this is still like Amberly, please don't do what I did. You can't do worse than saying I love you on the first date. You can't do worse than that. And I'm engaged. So to that person. So really, what you perceive at the time as a fuck up might not even be as bad of a fuck up as you think. Like whatever it is that you think that you did that was so goddamn awkward that now you can't text this person might just be like a mildly funny story to them. But literally every single person on earth has things that they think about. They're like, oh my God, that was so awkward. And they think about it to this day, even though the other person has long since forgotten. Like, it may be way bigger in your head than it actually is to this other person. And that's Like, just remembering that other people are also awkward is always a great thing to keep in mind when you're trying to shoot your shot.
I love you, Rudy. Vern, by the way, if I look like I was laughing at inappropriate times, Vern is killing it on YouTube chat. And I'm like, oh, I can't laugh now. This is bad.
So, Keith, I hope that gives you something to work with. Just know that it's okay to be bad at this. And the most important thing is to try to put yourself out there and to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, that you push yourself just to the edge of your comfort zone, maybe just a smidge beyond it. But that if you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed on every date or every night or every moment you spend on an app or whatever else, maybe it's time to put those things aside for at least a night. Take an evening to not feel stressed by it.
Oh, yeah. I have been trying to push myself into slightly more awkward situations. I made a FetLife account.
Hey, that'll do it. Yeah, congratulations.
That's fun.
Fuck yeah.
And let me encourage you not to neglect your dating coaches, your therapist, different support folks who might be able to come in from the outside and give you, more than just a shoulder to cry on, but some actually like very specific to you advice and a way of maybe understanding yourself.
I mean, what's a dating coach? Did I miss something?
Yeah, no, a dating coach. I mean, coaching is a entire field of helping professional. There are a number of great dating coaches out there. We've even had a couple of folks here on the show. I don't believe any of them are still working in that field, so I don't have like a great shout out or referral for you right at the moment. But search your area. If you're willing to work with somebody online, coaching generally has legislation and things around it that allow folks to work across state lines. So most of the dating coaches in the country should be available to you if that's a route that you'd like to take. Let me encourage you to just give that a Google and see what you find. But it may also be useful to be talking to a therapist and kind of considering some of the fears, some of the emotions that you're bringing to the table and making it less about how to be this like finely crafted, clever, charming, presentation, and more about how to better understand yourself and how to cut yourself some slack and accept yourself, because that's always going to be sexy.
Or you could just watch Hitch over and over again until you feel like you've got it down.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what I did. Yeah. I was gonna say the owner, the host of the Mystery Box show. Shout out to them. They're in Portland and fabulous. They tell sexual stories. It's also, they have a great YouTube channel. I may or may not be on it, but anyways, they was only on one thing, but the creator of it, he was a virgin until 30 something as well, and he's married to the other host, who's fabulous and awesome and great, and love her. And he too, like, is when I call him awkward, again, like I call it nom awkward, like the awkward in me sees the awkward in you. And he's another person where he's like, actually, he looks pretty suave, truth be told, but like in person, not the suave, debonair person. Like, someone is going to love you no matter what. And if you that's the only thing I have confidence in. Someone's going to love me. We just don't know where that person is. I mean, I do. She's downstairs now, but you can find that person. Just trust that there is an equally awkward person or awkward accepting person. My wife is not awkward. So who's going to think you're endearing? Just remember that.
I'll keep that in mind. And I'm definitely going to look up a dating coach. Probably not going to do a therapist, though, because that costs money. Way money.
Yeah, well, good luck to whatever kind of professionals you're tracking down. let us know if what you find out or what your experience is. Please feel free to reach out, shoot us an email. We're sex@atheist-community.org. And we'd love to get an update. Love to hear how it goes. It's a brave thing you're taking on. So I hope that you're supported.
Yeah, Keith, please, if you have a really amazing date after taking some of this advice, call back, please.
Honestly, I think that you need to text the "I'm awkward" thing tonight.
Do
Now.
it.
Yes.
Now while you're gassed up, do it.
I'll consider it.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night tonight.
Mm-hmm. And Keith, in the words of Yoda, do or do not. There is no I'll think about it. Okay.
All right.
Have a good night.
You as well.